It is the 41st millennium. For more than 100 centuries, the Emperor has sat immobile on the golden throne of Earth. He is the master of mankind by the will of the gods, and the master of 1,000,000 worlds by the might of his inexhaustible armies. He is a rotting carcass, writhing invisibly with power from the dark age of technology. He is the carrion lord of the Imperium, for whom 1,000 souls are sacrificed every day, that he may never truly die. Yet even in his deathless state, the Emperor continues his eternal vigilance. Mighty battle fleets across the demon-infested miasma of the warp, the only route between distant stars, their way lit by the Astronomicon, the psychic manifestation of the Emperor's will. Vast armies give battle in his name on uncounted worlds. Greatest amongst his soldiers are the Adeptus Astartes, the Space Marines, bioengineered super warriors. Their comrades in arms are Legion, the Imperial Guard, countless planetary defense forces, the ever-vigilant Inquisition, and the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus, to name only a few. But for all their multitudes, they are barely enough to hold off the ever-present threat from aliens, heretics, mutants, and worse. To be a man in such times is to be one amongst untold trillions. It is to live in the cruelest and most bloody regime imaginable. These are the tales of those times. Forget the power of technology and science, for so much has been forgotten, never to be relearned. Forget the promise of progress and understanding, for in the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. There can be no peace amongst the stars, only an eternity of carnage and slaughter, and the laughter of thirsting gods. Welcome in, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. I surely do appreciate it. That is the tone for the world that we are going to be playing in for this actual play. Hey, what's up? How's it going? How's it going, Tales from the Table Studio? How's it going, Badgers? So nice to see y'all. Also, that intro goes so hard, goes so unbelievably hard. It's in like every single one of the books, basically, that they write and that they put out. It is a very, very dank line of text. But we are here to do some campaign prep. The first thing that I need to do is finish off the mission briefing data slate that I am making for my players. I like making stuff. Making stuff is fun. So I'm making stuff for my players, and no one can stop me. That's how that goes. We have our handy dandy books here ready for when we need them, because we will. We are mostly following a pre-made adventure, one might call. But we are definitely going to be doing our own thing with it. Something that I learned recently from a campaign that I ran, which was Curse of Strahd. Even though I was following the book, man, nothing's better than just doing it yourself. Doing the way that you normally do, and putting your own handprints all over it. So that's what we're gonna do. If I don't learn, then what's it all for, right? So we're gonna be pressing forward with that. The book is for notes, right? Yeah. I tried running Curse of Strahd just by the book at first, and I made it about like 3 or 4 sessions in before I was like, fuck the book. I've tried running it by the book like 3 other times before that. And they all kind of fell apart before we ever got past like Valaki. But this last one that I did, no, it's straight up. We went all the way through. We finished it. It was just me and my boy Ted. He's been like one of my best friends for like 17 years. Shoutouts to Ted. But yeah, it was a one-on-one AP on the channel. It was a lot of fun. And I learned that the book is literally just there to like make things a little bit easier on you. You take what's in there, trim off what you don't want, take what you do want, and then make it to fit your players. You know, that's what it's all for, right? So that's kind of what we're doing. But where we are on the process of it, being that James' workshop is incredibly litigious and likes to not let people really see their stuff, I'm probably not going to be putting the book on screen. It just seems like a potentially not great idea. So I don't know. I'm simply thinking that is probably the move. I'm going to be entering a voice chat real quick because my friend is going to be joining. Soul. Everybody knows Soul. You love Soul. I love Soul. But yeah, so we are kind of getting familiarized with this mission. I don't want to give out too many spoilers because if my players want to, seems like a solid plan. Thank you, Tails. In case my players end up popping in, I know Soul is one of my players, so he is going to be here, so I'm not going to be giving out spoilers then for sure. But yeah. Sorry, I was reading some stuff in Discord. I got mega distracted there. I have the ADHD tag on. It's okay. You can't be mad at me. All right. So, some of the individuals that are going to be present in this. Inquisitor Adriel Quist. Adriel Quist is, I would say, like ground zero point of contact for this mission for the player characters. She's actually going to be taking them to the planet. They're going to leave Watch Fortress Ariok, which is where the Deathwatch is stationed in the Jericho Reach sector, or at least their main bastion. And she's going to take them to a planet called Karlak, which is a fortress world that is primarily a staging grounds for the Imperial armies and battle fleets in the sector, around the Iron Collar, which the Iron Collar is a, you know what? I'm going to pull up the map. I'm going to pull up the map so you can actually see locationally what I'm talking about. Okay. So, this is the map. The Iron Collar is all up in here. Karlak is in this sector right here, through the Acheros salient. Probably Acheros salient. So, that is the first thing I need to point out, is that I put Canis salient in this. I put Canis salient somewhere. Yep. It is the Acheros, ACH. At any one time, strategic value of Karlak is considered absolute. So one of the things that I'm starting to notice the more I learn about 40k is that things that look like they might actually belong to the Imperium, like star charts, like this for instance, they're still kind of spelled a little bit differently than how they're spelled in other places, and I think that's because it's a translation from Low Gothic to High Gothic, metatextually speaking. Low Gothic is what like pretty much everybody who is not nobility speaks, that is on a planet that would speak Gothic. That would be like a core planet. Acadia spoke Gothic. I'm blanking for other planets, but it is spoken by most folks. High Gothic, spoken more by like high society, military commanders, that kind of thing. There is very similar, but they're actually quite different from what I understand. High Gothic is basically Latin. It's space Latin. It means basically the same stuff. It's just Latin. Low Gothic is like the common tongue. Space Marines typically speak High Gothic. They also probably speak the language that they speak on their homeworld, but most homeworlds will speak either some bastardized form of Gothic or just Gothic. That's most Imperial founded worlds. It's the year 40,000. If you're not familiar with the lore, a lot of shit happened. In the year 30,000, the Emperor and his sons kicked off a great crusade that they were planning on taking over the galaxy, finding distant cut-off worlds that humanity had colonized or settled at one point, and trying to bring them back into the Imperial fold either through diplomacy or force. A lot of the time it was force. They are called Space Marines, not Space Diplomats. That being said, a lot of them are very shrewd diplomats. A lot of them are very shrewd politicians, even, because there's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape in the Imperium of Man. But most people in the Imperium speak either Low Gothic or some bastardized form of it. High Gothic, once again, spoken by, your Space Marines, your military commanders, and your higher society folks. So, with all that being said, we got that fixed. I want to read this off real quick to make sure that it's functional. I want it to be more. I want to have more in here, but I don't know, man. I feel like what I have on here isn't even 100% like perfect, like exactly what I want. So let's just take it from the top here. 2, Kill Team Delta Psi Omega. That is Last Bastion, the name of the show, and the group. The players picked the name. I think they did a good job. Author, Watch Captain Darius Luxus. Subject, Operation Indurate Slumber. Primary mission objectives will be protect Inquisitor Quist from harm. Secondary will be complete Inquisitor Vincent's investigation into the Southern Oceans. The tertiary, discover the fate of Inquisitor Vincent. Some notes. Adriel Quist was first noted by Inquisitor Carmillus for her prodigious telepathic capabilities and sharp investigative mind. She was one of a select few acolytes brought to the Tower of Brass when her mistress became Inquisitor of the Chamber at Arioch. Quist earned her rosette 5 years ago and remains Carmillus' primary field agent. So, a couple of things that we can get out of that, right? The first is, the format, right? First of all, shoutouts to Sol. Sol made this wonderful, wonderful format for me. Love you, buddy. You rule. Thank you very, very much. The second thing, I'm trying very hard to make it cohesively all feel like it is exactly what it is supposed to be, right? I don't want it to just seem like this is an email coming across your desk. Like, oh, this is just like, the mission briefing that we're always used to. I want the players to kind of feel like that, right? Because my players are pretty familiar with Warhammer 40k. They know at least enough lore to know the vibe and the aesthetic and the feel. Most of them know way more than that. But at the bare minimum, all of them at least know that. What I'm trying very hard to do... Hey, Sale, good to see you, friend. Very, very nice to see you. Thank you for being here. What I'm trying to do is keep it as a large, cohesive framework that just serves to reinforce the setting. Warhammer 40k is one of those things that it's really easy to get wrong. It's really, really easy to get wrong. And there's a number of ways that you can do that. The first of which is just to miss the point that it's satire. It's a satirical setting. It is a satire of fascism and totalitarian regimes. It is like humanity's worst cranked up to 11. Anybody that misses that satire, I fear is in danger of missing the point. The point is that war sucks. It doesn't matter who you're fighting against. You could be fighting against some alien monstrosities made of chitin and that learn so fast and can spit acid, or little grub worms that will eat you. and they'll shoot those at like the same speed of a bullet, right? Or whether you're fighting some dude on a different planet from you that grew up completely different but close enough insofar as like their cultural heritage goes. You all come from the Imperium, but you know, their leader got affected by chaos and yours didn't, and now you're killing everybody on their planet, and that guy was just like you. He didn't ask for this. That's kind of the fucking point, is that war sucks. Like, there's no good reason for it. Survival is the only good reason for it. I will say that you see a lot of like heroic victories and like really easy to paint in the light of being the good guys when they're fighting the Tyranids, because the Tyranids aren't a moral enemy. The Tyranids are not a moral enemy at all. They are just a survival one. They are coming here to eat. They are coming here to eat everything. They aren't evil. They are just hungry. Whereas literally every other faction in the setting is evil. Every single one. You can make the case for individuals not necessarily being evil, but I mean, when you're part of that system, and that system perpetuates violence on a galactic scale against folks that don't even necessarily deserve it, I find it very hard to point to a singular good guy. Even the Primarchs were all evil, like to a fault, like all of them. Vulcan, the one that people typically look to and go, well, that's the best Primarch. He was nice. He loved his sons. He treated them very well. He even insisted on them still maintaining family units with their people on Nocturne, the planet that they come from. Yeah, but like he also like set an entire planet worth of Eldar on fire and like murdered Eldar children. Like Eldar are basically space elves. Bad fucking guy. They're all fucking bad. Every last one of them. Even Leman Russ, like my favorite Primarch, probably my favorite Primarch. The Space Wolves is my favorite, like original Legion. He's a fucking bad dude. He's a bad motherfucker, dude. Like he's called the Emperor's Executioner, or at least he calls himself that. Executioner is not somebody that kills somebody in fair combat. An executioner is somebody that murders someone at the behest of someone else. So there's not really any good people in Warhammer 40k. That's a pretty important thing going into it knowing. It does, however, allow for moral relativism to kick into play. And it is in those areas of moral relativism that you find truly heroic deeds and sacrifices. The individual battle brothers of any given Space Marine chapter are, as they said, you know, bio-enhanced super soldiers. They are made to kill, and they do it exceptionally well. All of them do. But they have moments where they're not killing, right? You can't be fighting literally all of the time. There's going to be times in there where you're going to be having something to fight for, right? And kind of to pivot back to what I was just talking about with the Space Wolves, like, even though they are called the Emperor's Executioners, they are also typically one of the best casted in the light of, insofar as like dealing with the common people of the Imperium. What I mean is they genuinely seem to care. They went to war with the Inquisition, which is a big no-no, over the fate of a planet, because the Inquisition was like, well, can't be too safe, we need to exterminatus this, which means to completely annihilate the planet beyond any salvageable state through cracking open the planet's surface and destabilizing its core, through virus bombing the planet, and then once everything has turned into a miasma of rot and decay, ignite that storm with a fire torpedo and just set the whole planet on fire. You know, nukes. Just nuke everything. There's various different ways you can exterminate a planet. The Inquisition wanted to exterminate a planet. Space Wolves didn't want to do that because they knew that there was a lot of innocent people there that were good servants of the Emperor and just were trying to live their lives. We're not corrupted. We're not chaos, you know, whatever. They went to war with the Inquisition. The Inquisition called in the Grey Knights. The Grey Knights are overpowered. So the Space Wolves had to surrender or face utter annihilation, which did not go over well. Space Marines do not like to surrender. The only reason that they were okay with surrendering is because they were surrendering to the Imperium. And it still cost a lot of Space Wolves to even get to that point. And then they had to go on effectively a penitent crusade. A penitent crusade is what happens when you piss off the High Lords of Terra. They make you make up for it by sending you and your chapter into like the worst war zones imaginable. Like Space Marines already fight in like some of the worst war zones imaginable, but like they send you to the worst war zones imaginable. They sent them into the warp. They sent them into the Eye of Terror, which effectively sent them into the warp. Space Wolves, a little bit different from the others. After the Horus Heresy that happened in the 30th millennium, Bobby G, Reboot Gillerman, however you fucking pronounce his name, he wrote a book called the Codex Astartes. This codex is the laws, orders, traditions, and strictures that the codex's compliant Astartes have to follow. All of them have to follow this. Also, the reason this was a big deal is because there weren't any chapters before this. There was just legions. Legions were made up of either 10 or more companies, which were made up of 1,000 each. That's a lot of people. That's like 10,000 Space Marines in a legion. Now, James Workshop fucks up their own numbers all the time. You should probably make that closer to like 1 million. There should be like probably 1 million, maybe, Space Marines in a legion. I could see 100,000 still working. Either way. After the Horus Heresy, Bobby G writes the Space Book. The Space Book says that the legions have to break themselves up into chapters. No chapter can have more than 1,000 Space Marines unless they are on a crusade and they are sustaining heavy losses. That's important because there's a chapter that cheats the system by always staying on crusade. They have way more than 1,000. Now the Space Wolves were like, yeah, that's cool, Bobby, but I'm not gonna fucking do that. And instead, they just have what they call great companies. Great companies are effectively like chapters. They're just Space Wolf successor chapters. That's how you play them on tabletop, and that's effectively how they're seen. But there are no Space Wolf successor chapters. There are 13 great companies. 12 of them are lined out with what they are. The 13th went missing with Lehman Roos, which was their Primarch, when he went into the warp chasing down Magnus, which is another Primarch, after Magnus did nothing wrong. That's a meme. I can't explain it right now. It's too deep, and we're trying to eventually get to here. The reason that I went on that huge fuck off tirade, that like 15-minute rabbit hole, was basically to say this setting is incredibly fucking deep. You just saw how like I was not anywhere near done with that rant. I could have continued going on for probably like 3 days and still not been done talking. It's incredibly deep. It's incredibly not super consistent, but consistent enough with aesthetic and vibes that people can tell when you get it off. I don't want to get it off. I want to nail it. I want to do a good job. I want it to ground my players in the setting, and I want them to feel good about it. So, that being said, let's kind of take a look at some things here. So, the mission brief section up here, I think this is probably fine. Probably going to follow this format from now on. Insofar as like put the mission brief here. I almost put something a little bit closer to like the captain notes there at first, and then I was like, no, and I changed it to just like a to and from and subject line. So I don't know if there's anything here I would change, honestly. I think it's probably good. Yeah, I mean, that seems like a pretty realistic captain's notes. That I literally just took that out of the book. I came up with this part, took the name of the adventure and just renamed it something that doesn't sound dumb in my mind. It's only called Stony Sleep, so I was like, let's call that something cooler than Stony Sleep. You know what I mean? So we called it Endurant Slumber. I think it sounds cool. Sounds more imperial to me. Alright, so this is how 8 goes. I'm going to read it out, and then we will take a look at it, see if there's anything we need to change to, again, make it cohesive, make it feel like it is truly 40k, and or, you know, add more information. I feel like I need to add more information. Maybe I'll feel differently after reading it. Battle Brothers of Kill Team Bastion. You are being deployed to Fortress World Karlak alongside Ordos Xenos Inquisitor Adriel Quist aboard her vessel, the Angelus Invictus, to conclude the investigation undertaken by Ordos Xenos Inquisitor Zaire Vincent before disappearing 1 year ago.
Here's a dime for your time. Let's get the train going, Jack.
Aw, thanks, Red. Love you, dude. Much appreciation, homie. Thank you. Thank you very much. Good to see you. A dime for my time. Thank you, dude. So it continues on. Attached, you will find the final transmission. I'll do this train by myself if I have to. It doesn't let you. I think other people are lurking while they're working on other stuff, or maybe just chilling. It's all good. Thank you, though, Red. I do love and appreciate you, man. I will make it. Log in with your alts. Just kidding. I'm kidding, Twitch. It was a joke. So it continues. Attached, you will find the final transmission Inquisitor Vincent sent. A handwritten letter to Inquisitor Quist that has been... Choo-choo Lamau. Thank you. Thank you for the biddies, buddy. Inquisitor Quist that has been... a handwritten letter to Inquisitor Quist that has been transcribed. It is dated 8/16/41, and yet Inquisitor Quist received it mere hours ago. So it is 8/17/41 in the timeline that we are playing in. That is what it lays out in the Deathwatch book. That's when it says the thing should start. So I said, okay, cool. Time is kind of fucky in 40k too, but you know. Fortress World Karlak is the linchpin to the Achilles Crusades military might in the Acheros salient of Jericho Reach. Tens of thousands of troops and transports stage at Karlak at any one time. The strategic value of Karlak is considered absolute. So then it's the forwarded, or rather the transcribed letter. Subject, the city in the sea. From Inquisitor Zaire Vincent to Inquisitor Adriel Quist. Priority clearance, Arch Emblematis. Adriel, I know that our last conversation was less than civil, but as I prayed for guidance on who could fulfill my task if I failed, no face came to my mind but yours. I am perilously close to finally uncovering the truth beneath the legends and fatalities associated with Karlak's southern seas. My latest work with the island sensor arrays has showed me conclusively that a group of unnatural structures does lie beneath the ocean, and I have triangulated them with nearly enough precision to make the journey. However, I have begun to suspect that I am not the only one interested in finding these ruins. The surrounding islands teem with Xenos cultists. Their most troubling aspect are the unusual degree of organization they have displayed lately, and the core of well-researched theories about the planet's Xenos theory that underpin many of the tenets of their religion. It seems unlikely that natives could have made such deductions on their own. Either an outside force is aiding these rebels and cultists, or Karlak's ancient inhabitants are not as dead as we foolishly believed. I have one last preparation to make, and then I will be departing for those cursed waters. I pray to the throne that I will only find the dead. As you know too well, caution has always been my blessing, and my curse. If some ill should befall me, my notes are in my quarters at Citadel Primaris, and if this is my last opportunity to tell you, I'm sorry. The Emperor protects. Inquisitor Zervincent. So, that is straight out of the book. This letter part, it's straight out of the adventure. I think it works great. I love it. It's thematic. It's punchy. It's good. I need to know, should I add more information about what this is, you know? I don't know. I don't know yet. What do you think, chat? Oh, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate the hydrate. Much appreciated. Should I include more information or not? I feel like I'm not necessarily explaining what Karlak is yet. Oh, I guess I do, up here. You are being deployed to Fortress World Karlak. Yeah, okay. I do set up enough for it. I don't know. I don't know if I should include more or not. If I were to include more, what would it be? That's the kicker, right? I'm about to sneeze. Ooh. I can feel it. I can feel it coming on. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I need to sneeze so bad. Oh, the sneeze is denying me. Damn it. I need to sneeze, but I can't do it. I don't know. I give up. Sorry, Chad. I was trying to monitor the mute button in case I felt it coming back so I could mute myself. So if I just abruptly assault your eardrums, I do apologize because I can feel it like on the tip of my nose, but it's not going away. Ah, goddamn. Okay. So, where were we? Right. Trying to decide if we should continue on with more information or not. Well, let's see what the book kind of says about Karlak. Okay. Tens of thousands of troops and transports staged from Karlak at any one time, regiment upon regiment preparing to replace the losses of an especially bloody battle in one of the Crusade's salients. However, in addition to the many bases and emplacements in its orbit, the planet also requires a large permanent garrison for defense and maintaining order. Such troops occupy hundreds of stations across Karlak, but the first, largest, and most important of these is the Citadel Primaris. Citadel Primaris towers like a mountain above a plain of leveled earth. Observation decks and weapon emplacements jut from the sloping walls at irregular intervals. Okay. For the greater good! Get wrecked, Skag. No, I'm just kidding. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Towweenie, that's what I'm saying. Nah, it's good to see you, though, man. Very good to see you. Appreciate you being here, Skag. Yeah, I don't see anything else that feels incredibly important that I need to include here. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that this is probably all that I need to include for the purposes of this briefing. Okay, so we're going to do one more page, and we're going to be putting the flavor text on it, basically. Be scared of the fun line. True, that gun line is utterly horrifying. When you have mass-produced plasma rifles that don't overheat or blow up when you fire them, you are a force to be reckoned with. We can certainly agree on that. My Wody is right here next to me with my desk. He's right here on the ground. He's being so sweet. Him's just being so sweet. Okay, so let's put the flavor on it. I know it comes down here. Because I already thought this part out for... Boop, boop. Boop. Okay. That's 20 as well. I need more space. No. No underline. No underline. Yeah, I think that works. I think it looks cool. We are Alfarius. There you go. Alpha Legion's crazy. Alpha Legion is wild. Oops. I moved it. Also, Soul, I don't know if you were in here when I shouted you out earlier, but just in case you weren't, shoutouts to my homie Soul for making such a bomb-ass fucking data slate for me to use. I love this thing, bro. Oh, hey, here he is. He's in chat. Hey, y'all hear him? Let me turn on Discord. Are you ready for me to turn on the Discord volume? Cool. Oh, come on now. Work with me, please. Do. There we go. Okay, they should be able to hear you now.
All right.
Welcome in, buddy. How you doing?
You know, just hanging out. Finished up dinner, jumped in chat, figured I'd hang out with you while we talk a little bit about Strem.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate you being here, man. Do you want to join in on cams, or you just want to stay on voice chat?
I can do cams if you want. If that doesn't throw your scenario here off, I'm happy just to be a friendly voice in chat then.
Yeah, we might do the voice then, because I just realized that my cam is being taken by Streamlabs, and I would have to potentially reset my computer for it to give it up, because it do be like that sometimes.
It do be like that, yeah. If you want to share your stream in Discord so that I don't get the weird delay, though, that might be cool.
Whoop.
Also, Skag, you're a Tau weenie.
Tau weenie. Turn down the volume of the music. It's very loud. I don't know why my YouTube is so freaking loud. It's crazy loud.
Mine's doing that too. I don't know, man.
I have the volume at like 12%, and then I have it reduced to like 15.2 by 15.2 decibels, like in Streamlabs, and it's still like
blasting.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, we're finishing up this data slate. I think I got the majority of it put on today. I was looking at things and I was like, if I add any more, then I'm basically just spoiling the adventure, and I don't want to do any of that.
Right.
So I'm basically taking a look at, do I feel like this is number one, do I feel like it's a legitimate mission briefing? Like it's actually like information that Space Marines would be given and then told to go do the thing. Two, and equally as important, is it cohesive within the framework of the setting of 40K? Does it reinforce the setting? That's one of the things that like draws me to running 40K, is because I love the setting, even though it's awful and everybody sucks. Like
everyone is terrible, yeah.
Everyone is terrible. I was ranting about that for like 15 minutes earlier. I went off on like a fucking tirade. I mean,
it's for sure though, you know. A lot of terrible people in person in real life, and the future is not going to get any better, unfortunately.
No, and if you just make them genetically engineered demigods, like you're just going to increase their capacity for evil. Like
it was on one of the 40K forums, but someone was talking about Space Marines are taken and pretty much genetically enhanced and stopped with their maturing at like the worst time to be a young adult. Like you're a 16 or 17 year old in the body of a super powerful like meta-human. Yeah, you're going to be a giant asshole because you're still a 16 or 17 year old deep inside. You never got a chance to get beyond that. So
I think I read something like that on Reddit one time.
Yeah, that's where I read it.
At Reddit. And I I got to watch that actually play out in the in the Ragnar series, the Space Wolf novels.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it follows him from basically like his birth, all the way into his early career with the Space Wolves. Wow. And it was really interesting because like the way that they do things on Fenris is if there's a good scrap and like the people that die last, a rune priest, which is the Space Wolves version of Psychers, if you didn't know, chat, because they can't have just regular Psychers, they have to have their own special little things. A rune priest in a Thunderbird will come down, take the best of the fighters, which is typically the last surviving ones, and take them to the Fang, which the Fang is the Space Wolves base on Fenris. It is the only part of the landmass on the entire planet that does not move. Because of course it's 40K, everything has to be extra and like turn up to 11. Fenris is this like icy, what they call a death world. And that's where most Space Marine chapters will recruit from, is death worlds.
Yep.
Except for yours, right?
Yeah, Nomad Predation fleets kind of do it a little bit differently. Karkaradons recruit from whoever the fuck they please. Well, evidently, the chapter tenets and bylaws allow a nomad predation fleet to just roll up on any Imperial world and just demand the tithe of all of the able-bodied that they want to lay claim to, and then from them they take their cut. Generally, the Carcharodons recruit from prisoners. They'll go into a Imperial world and say, "Okay, cool, we're here for the red tithe. Give us all of your prisoners, all of them." And if you make it a problem, well, then they just take the whole fucking planet. Because, yeah.
Damn.
Warhammer.
So what did the Carcharodons do that allow them to do that? I imagine they have like some badass thing in their history that everybody's like, okay, they can just show up and take people when they want.
That's a good question. The Carcharodons' history is shrouded in mystery. They don't really talk about what they're on. We do know that they are on a penance crusade. Like they were exiled and now they're on a penance crusade that can only be finished by their Primarch. Like, it's not one of those that has like a 100-year crusade, like some of them do, where you're exiled for 100 years, and then you come back and you get your good boy points back. The Carcharodons are on an endless penance crusade. They were exiled very, very far back, so far back they remember in their histories. They were exiled back when the Emperor still walked and fought beside Space Marines. Wow. So it's been a minute. But what they did or what happened, not talked about. I don't think the lore has revealed it yet. There's some hints that they are Raven Guard successors, and shit went sideways and they were sent on a penance crusade from that. There's some hints that they might be Night Lords. But whatever it is, the only person that can get them off of the crusade and get them back into the Imperium would be their Primarch. And they refer to their Primarch as the Forgotten One.
When you say Primarch, do you mean Chapter Master?
No.
Interesting. Thank you for the hydrate, Andrew.
For real. The only person that can rescind it is their Primarch.
Huh. Because I thought you were just misspeaking, but that just changes everything.
It does. They say, until the Forgotten returns, we will not end our crusade.
And again, that could be like so many different like Ferrus Manus was pretty much forgotten about. Fucking the Raven Guard obviously are the standout ones in that regard, because forgotten, literally nobody talks about Corvus because he became a fucking chaos. He's a demon of the Imperium is what I hear people call him in forums, which is probably not entirely accurate, but I don't think it's inaccurate either. I'm not sure.
Yeah. The implication is it's probably Raven Guard, probably Corvus. They probably went into the exile sometime in or around the Istvan drop site murder. Which would be insane to think about, right?
Yeah. I mean, like,
what did you do at that point where the Raven Guard has been decimated that Corvus is like, get the fuck out?
Because, like, if you don't know, chat, after the Istvan drop site massacre, the Raven Guard went into fucking sicko recruitment mode, like goblin recruitment mode. They blew out the current like laws for what you were allowed to do, and they were given a lot of really good toys at that point in time too. So yeah, that's they had to have really fucked up.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it was. I'm not sure the circumstances. I haven't gotten any hints in the lore. From all my reading and listening, I don't think anyone knows for sure, but the suggestion is that the Carcharodons were Raven Guard exiled before Horus killed the Emperor. So that's a very narrow point in time. We're talking like 10 years or something that you can pin it down to.
Yeah, I think it was 7 years.
Yeah. I know it's less than 10.
The Siege of
So-
Terra was 7 years. I think that the
Okay.
entire Horus Heresy was like 50, maybe.
Okay. So still a very, very small sector of time where the Carcharodons split off. But there is something else you can consider though. Longevity. So
Mm.
they remember, they remember that they were exiled when their chapter remembered the Emperor fighting beside them. So Space Marines live a long time. The Carcharodons have a little bit of subtext that says they live fairly long even for Space Marines. You know, sharks are pretty ageless. The Carcharodons pull a lot of lore from that. So, you know, it may be that their eldest members remembered the Emperor fighting beside them, and they were exiled after the Emperor was slain, but within that, like, the Scouring, is it?
The Scouring
That
when they
may-
were... Wait, which Scouring? Because there's a few different Scourings.
The immediate post-Horus Heresy conclusion Scouring.
Okay. Got it.
When shit went sideways and a lot of worlds got purged for heresy.
Yeah.
My headcanon is that there's somewhere around there that, because Corvus didn't go bug shit crazy and disappear during the heresy. That was afterwards. So maybe during the Scouring, the Carcharodons got out of hand, and because Corvus Corax was in a recruitment oh shit situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
He couldn't just, you know, kill all these Space Marines. So instead, he's like, all right, look, fuck off to the Outer Dark, go patrol the exterior of the Terra systems. You know, hunt down heretics, hunt down Xenos, make sure that this shit isn't a problem. And I'm gonna come get you when I think you've done enough penance. But you did some fucked up shit, so get the fuck out of my sight.
Speculation.
Yeah.
I bet the Alpha Legion fucked with their communications, and that company, because at that point it would have been a company of the Raven Guard, literally thought that they were doing something good when they were doing something bad.
Yeah, sure. I mean, there was a lot of that going on. But I think that's what it comes down to. The eldest of the Carcharodons originally remembered the pre-Horus Heresy. After the Horus Heresy, they got out of hand with some vengeance. Maybe got a little bit too bloodthirsty. Corvus Corax, in the middle of trying to put the Legion back together, is like, look, I'm short on people. I can't just murder you. You're banished. You're exiled.
Hmm.
Until I decide you've gotten it right, don't ever be seen again. And then shortly thereafter, Corvus Corax does his, I'm going to meditate in a tower and then go fucking batshit.
Hmm.
And then disappears. And no one wants to talk about Corvus. The Carcharodons don't want to talk about what they did, because it was bad enough to almost get them purged. And now the only way that they can come back is if Corvus says, come back. But they did follow an established method of operation called a nomad predation fleet. And established means of organization indicates to me that the nomad predation fleet org structure is in the Codex.
It is in the Codex?
Think about it. If you have an established organization structure, one that is followed by everyone that the Imperium recognizes, it would have to come from the Codex, right?
Which doesn't sound like something Bobby G would sign off on.
Well, I mean, the Nomad Predation Fleet isn't meant to be a long-term solution. It just happens to be a long-term solution for the Carcharodons. Imagine you're operating in the outskirts of the Imperium with no resupply. What do? You have Imperial writ to take the prisoners of any planet.
That makes sense. Here's a question though, like, they take like children prisoners because like you can only take in implants when you're like pubescent.
Yes.
Oh God, the Imperium's so dark.
It is. But also, like, they're operating at the very fringes of the Imperium where shit is particularly ugly. Where these people, have been operating on independent provenance for a very long time. So their ecclesiarchy, their administratum, they may have gotten off the good track there. So they'll harvest any prisoners. They'll take any family of the prisoners as well, because that counts, I guess. And then just yeet off into the dark with them. The ones that can take implants and survive the culling process become Space Marines. Those that don't become chapter serfs.
That makes sense. That is how a lot of them get chapter serfs.
Mm-hmm. There is not a lot of servitors mentioned in Carcharodon's lore, though, from what I'm seeing. Which kind of makes sense,
It's a lot of resources. They probably don't have the Mechanicum access.
Right. Like, imagine you're some poor fucking tech marine for the Carcharodons, right? Like, you haven't even smelled Mars ever. You don't even know what Mars is.
I mean, you'd have to because all the tech marines go there.
I mean,
you'd be like one of the only ones to ever like go away from the chapter for any period of time.
But from what I'm seeing with the lore, that's not what's happening.
Really?
No. There's the Grey Tithe, where the Carcharodons meet up with one of the Mars boys, and they get loot and gear. The only thing I can think of is maybe that they're picking up, like, Mechanicum people as well. But they don't have, like, a... There's no foreign exchange students with the Carcharodons.
Huh.
Not that I've seen. Did you just delete that entire text?
Yep.
Okay.
It was this text.
Cool.
I copied the page, and then
cool.
Yeah.
How are you liking the template, by the way?
I fucking love it so much. It's so evocative. It's perfect. I love it. Thank you.
I wanted the first one to be like a visual representation of what you'd see if you grabbed like a data slate.
Mm-hmm.
Then I wanted the other ones to be just imagine you're looking at the screen type deal.
Exactly. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel when I look at this.
Awesome.
I keep forgetting your name. Inquisitor Quist is opening the what would we call that? Opening the so this is the part where I'm explaining why you guys are having so much requisition. Literally, it's because the Inquisition is like, yeah, one of ours went missing.
Uh-oh.
Take whatever the fuck you need.
Yeah, that's not cool.
So I'm trying to think of the best way to word that. Inquisitor Quist is opening the armory of the Brass Citadel. I see that, soul. I don't know if I can refund that shit. I don't think I can.
You should be able to. I think I can actually do it through the moderator panel. Let me give it a shot while you do your thing, man.
Sneaky. Inquisitor Quist is opening the armory of the Brass Citadel to the Battle Brothers of killed in last Bastion as one of their... Oh, that's not very... That doesn't sound very formal. Request is opening the armory of the Brass Citadel to the Battle Brothers of Kill Team Last Bastion. That's not where the sentence should start. Not because. You can't start a sentence with the word because. Or anything like that. So you would say... being that, which is still cheating, you're not supposed to do that either, but I'm going to do it anyway. Being that one of the Inquisition's, I didn't spell that correctly, Inquisition's order has gone missing. Inquisitor Quisk is opening the armory of the Brass Citadel to the Battle Brothers of Kill Team Last Bastion. The Omega Vault I want to find I want to find a cool thing for you guys to get to take with you that y'all have to decide who gets to hold on to.
So like a relic?
Yes, exactly.
I can give some suggestions.
I am open to suggestions.
So the Deathwatch has their own sets of relics, right?
Correct, like the relic blades. Those things are badass.
How much renown do you anticipate us getting?
You're starting with 140.
Renown, not requisition.
Oh, renown, sorry. Oh.
All good.
Oh, good lord. Let me pull up the book. Okay, and it says that you should get how many points of renown per objective again? Let's pull up the Deathwatch.
I think it's 1 or 2 plus a couple of extra for random shit on the side.
Are primary objectives worth more? Oh, yes. I'm gonna have to pull up the book anyway because there's like some fucking shit on this that I know are modifiers.
Yeah. This is a cool game, but it's complicated.
It's crunchy.
It be crunchy.
Crunchy. Okie dokie, and then Adobe's gonna pop up and be like, hey, your subscription ran out, and I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm not paying you any more money.
Right.
It is in the... Is it the missions section? Yes, it is. It is.
Should be.
It is. I went too far, didn't I? Yep. Okay. Experience points. Renown points. 1 point for each mission. 1 point if all of the primary objectives have been completed. 1 point if all the secondary have been completed. 1 if all the tertiary have been completed. 1 renown if he completed 5 or more objectives of any kind, and 1 renown if he completed 3 or more veteran objectives. I thought it was more complex than that. Okay. As a general reward, also of course the acts of individual bravery or exceptional heroism that you can win for yourselves as you go along. And there are various ways to do that. One of which I got tickled pink when I read, one of which is if you issue your weapons when you are fighting somebody that you vastly outclass. And that just instantly made me think of the Tau Fire Warrior, like getting into melee range with a Tau Fire Warrior.
Bruh.
Just like punch. There's that art of the Space Wolves. The Fire Warrior's like got his gun, he's like trying to lift it, and you see the Space Wolf just like it's a Hound of Mordecai unit. He's like pushing it down, and he's got the fucking combat knife like just getting ready to deliver the Emperor's piece. I was like, oh god. It's a visceral piece of artwork though.
Yeah. The art's really good, I think, for 40k for the most part.
I
There's
agree.
some shit. There's some shit, but for the most part, I like it.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question about what to do, I've got 2 solutions for you, maybe 3, right? The first thing is in Rites of Battle on page, in the PDF, it's page, I'll give you a second to hold up. Let me know when you got Rites of Battle up.
It is loading. Okay.
All right, PDF 135. And that's page 134 in the actual book.
Okie dokie. Plasma weapons, melter guns, flame weapons.
135 should be bolt weapons.
Oh, I missed. What you just said, I heard that backwards in my head.
No problem. Easy to make a mistake.
Okay.
The Hesh pattern bolter and the Guardian bolt pistol.
Ooh.
You cannot get these normally. Like, they don't have a requisition or renown. You can't requisition them. The Hesh pattern bolter doesn't have a renown cap on it or anything like that. The Guardian bolt pistol does. But what it is, they're both like custom Mark of Honor type weapons. They aren't easy to get your hands on. They recognize that you're one of the OG real Gs. So they are really, really prestiged. The Hesh pattern bolter is mastercrafted.
Mm-hmm.
The Guardian bolt pistol is as well. But they're good, like, one-off gear. Like, they'd be considered like a free
You cut out there.
they would be considered like free signature war gear.
Ooh, okay.
Because if you get a Hesh pattern or a Guardian bolt, that's not something you can requisition. It's not something you do requisition. It would just be part of your gear at that point.
I like that. I'm gonna do that.
So there's another option as well.
Okay, I'm still listening.
I would hope so.
You're gonna have to work hard to oversell that though, because just giving you guys better standardized gear is a really easy sell to me.
Okay. So let me go ahead and do that next bit then, and get you to that next part.
Okay.
In the PDF, 91, Rites of Battle as well.
Okay. Marks of distinction.
Yep. So these are things that make up distinctions. They create a special kind of like feat almost for a character, kind of like the normal talents, but they're different. You normally can't get them very easily. Being eligible for them is hard. They do normally have a cost, but there's nothing to say that you can't waive that cost. They do interesting shit. So you could put together a mark of distinction or pick one of these individual marks and roll with that and do something there. So let's say I'm looking at a couple different things here.
I'm looking at enduring name right now.
Yeah, so they each do something different, right? Master of Secrets, for example, wouldn't be a bad one if we're working with the Inquisition really tight. As a mark of honor and respect, the Battle Builder has been initiated in the inner circle of trust within this chapter, and has been given the burden of some ancient knowledge or forbidden secret known only to a select few. It gives you a forbidden knowledge. You can also do something like Watcher, gives you sense for battle. You get a +10 to perception test, +1 to your perception bonus, so on and so forth. So that's something you could offer as well.
Okay. So, I like the idea of maybe finding one of the smaller like XP cost ones and kind of co-opting that because the way that I read this is kind of like the opposite of an oath of moment, right? This is not I'm going to do something. This is I did the thing and now I'm being recognized for it, and because I'm a badass, it makes me a little bit better. So I would want to reward you guys with like actually fucking killing the Hive Tyrant. That sounds like a pretty good one. What's up?
So what I would suggest with this upcoming one, since we're doing tight shit with the Inquisition, look at Greater Authority, because I think offering us the option to buy Greater Authority would be a great mark of distinction for us after the next campaign.
Ooh.
And by campaign, I mean like
adventure,
military campaign, not the next mission.
Yeah. So Deathwatch and the Inquisition are inextricably intertwined and share a common purpose within the Imperium. Sometimes a Battle Brother will work closely with an Inquisitor for an extended duration and create a special relationship with the Inquisition, one which he can call upon should the need arise. The Battle Brother may add +10 to all Fellowship, Intelligence, or Willpower tests, plus skill tests related to these characteristics when dealing with the Inquisition, i.e., when making command tests to direct Imperial assets or Fellowship tests to deal with Inquisitors. In addition, the Battle Brother is recognized by the Inquisition for his past deeds, and perhaps the good word of an Inquisitor, and as such may make demands and requests of the Inquisition he would not normally be granted. At the GM's discretion, this relationship may also extend to allowing the Battle Brother access to privileged information. I like that last bit especially. Yeah.
So this seems really in theme. I haven't read the data yet, so I'm not really like cribbing notes. But if a member of the Inquisition has gone missing, and we hit the ground hard and make shit happen, Greater Authority would be a great mark to offer the party as something they could buy. But as far as like an individual item that they could request, or something that adds to one particular person's war gear that we have to kind of choose around, there's a lot of options. I mean, an adamantine mantle, a hesh pattern bolter. Oh gosh, I was just looking at something else. Where is it? Why must you be so difficult to look through sometimes?
I really hope that you guys get the special requisition. That would be fucking cool. The doubling 140 rec. Yeah, if y'all get that, I'm just going to pick some relics like from the Omega Vault that you're gonna get.
The what now?
If y'all get the special requisition, I'm just going to pick some relics from Omega Vault, from the Omega Vault that you guys don't qualify for, and I'm gonna let you use them for the mission.
From what now? We don't know about the Omega Vault. I don't know about the Omega Vault.
Oh, you're Deathwatch. You probably do. I
thought that was a Deathwatch secret. Like, not all Deathwatch know about the Omega Vault.
You swear your fealty at Watch Fortress Ariok at the Omega sign of the Omega Vault.
But do we know what's up?
There would be rumors, definitely, that it opens at certain times. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've read the flavor section for the core book like 3 or 4 times. It's so good.
Yeah, I read it through, but I thought it was one of those like the Omega Vault exists, but not everyone knows about it. I thought it was one of those like you had to be one of the keepers at Deathwatch to actually know what's up.
You might not. Your characters might not specifically know. Nobody, first of all, nobody knows everything that's held in there. Even the keepers don't know what all is held in there. The Omega Vault only opens certain like rooms and chambers within, or like just like brings forth a weapon based on a set of dates that is inputted. And when that date comes up, the thing comes out. So I mean, it literally gives the GM the fiat power to just bullshit like, yeah, I want you guys to have this because it's a fucking cool toy and it's Warhammer 40K. We're here to play with cool toys, you know?
Right. So when you say you want to give us, like, at the end of this, one item to kind of, like, fight over, there is one that I would suggest.
Okay.
But it does fall outside of our normal, what is it? Renown rank. So let me find it real quick, because it's a cool one.
I love the cool ones.
I mean, the Relic Blade is cool as fuck, but it's a little bit much. How much is the Relic Blade, actually?
I think it's like 50.
Yeah, Renown Hero, though. That's a bit up there. Is it in Rites of Battle? I'm checking a couple different books here. Give me a sec. There's a banner that you can get that is like a custom Deathwatch banner.
Ooh, that's cool. Like a standard?
Yeah, like a standard banner.
That's fucking
Where
cool.
is it? Is it in? Seriously though, is it in Honor of the Chapter? Tell me it's not in Honor of the Chapter. Moment. What is this?
It is my solemn duty to bestow these proud
Hang on, let's see if I can do this way. I'm just gonna do a Google search.
tools of the... I don't want to say tools of the Emperor, tools of... proud... What's a good way to say that? It's my solemn duty to bestow these proud... I'm blanking. It is my solemn duty to bestow these proud monuments to our order upon you. Perform your duties admirably. Battle.
Yeah.
You found it?
There's this. No, there's the standard back banner, which isn't bad. Whenever the kill team leader spends a fate point to restore a point of cohesion, he restores 1 bonus point of lost cohesion if he's wearing a back banner. But I swear there was another one. It's like an expanded version of that, like a better version of that. Some bitches.
Okay, I think this is probably the data slate.
Cool.
It's a little informal right at the end there. That's probably perfect.
I mean, nothing wrong with people getting shaky at the end there.
I'll read it off. Battle Brothers of Kill Team Last Bastion. You are being deployed to Fortress World Karlak alongside Ordos Xenos Inquisitor Adriel Quist aboard her vessel, the Angelus Invictus, to conclude the investigation undertaken by Ordos Xenos Inquisitor Zaire Vincent before disappearing 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
Inquisitor Vincent was investigating a mysterious ruins below Karlak's southern ocean before issuing one final correspondence and going dark. Attached, you will find the final transmission of Inquisitor Vincent. Attached, you will find the final transmission Inquisitor Vincent sent, a handwritten letter to Inquisitor Quist that has been transcribed. It is dated 8/16/M41. That's a year ago, and yet Inquisitor Quist received it mere hours ago.
Oh.
Fortress World Karlak is the linchpin to the Achilles Crusade's military might in the Acheros salient of Jericho Reach. Tens of thousands of troops and transports stage at Karlak at any one time. The strategic value of Karlak is considered absolute. Then it goes into the message. Subject, the city and the sea, from Inquisitor Zaire Vincent to Inquisitor Adriel Quist. Priority clearance Arch Emblematus. Adriel. I know our last conversation was less than civil, but as I prayed for guidance on who could fulfill my task if I failed, no face came to my mind but yours. I am perilously close to finally uncovering the truth beneath the legends and fatalities associated with Karlak's southern seas. My latest work with the island sensor arrays has showed me conclusively that a group of unnatural structures does lie beneath the ocean, and I have triangulated them with nearly enough precision to make the journey. However, I have begun to suspect that I am not the only one interested in finding these ruins. The surrounding islands teem with xenocultists. Their most troubling aspects are the unusual degree of organization they have displayed lately, and the core of well-researched theories about the planet's Xenos history that underpin many of the tenets of their religion. It seems unlikely that the natives could have made such deductions on their own. Either an outside force is aiding these rebels and cultists, or Karlak's ancient inhabitants are not as dead as we foolishly believed. I have one last preparation to make, and then I will be departing for those cursed waters. I pray to the throne that I will only find the dead. As you know all too well, caution has always been my blessing and my curse. If some ill should befall me, my notes are in my quarters at Citadel Primaris, and if this is my last opportunity to tell you, I'm sorry. The Emperor protects. Inquisitor Zaire Vincent. End of correspondence. The final page being that one of the Inquisition's order has gone missing, Inquisitor Quist is opening the armory of the Brass Citadel to the Battle Brothers of Kill Team Last Bastion. The Omega Vault has produced a number of relics at the same moment Inquisitor Quist received the correspondence from Inquisitor Vincent. As Watch Captain, it is my solemn duty to bestow these proud monuments to our order unto you for this operation. Perform your duties admirably, Battle Brothers. The Emperor's eyes are upon you. And then the creed. Anything that I should change on there, you think?
I think that reads well.
Fuck yeah, dude. Thanks, man.
It's ambiguous, it's ominous, it's portentous. I like it.
Yay, portentous, but not pretentious. Haha.
No, portentous. So I can't find that back banner. I may have just dreamed of it.
Oh.
That may just be one of those things.
I feel like I thought I saw one, but I could be crazy. crazy too.
I mean, you can always bump up the back banner, make it like a we get our own back banner type thing. I can
Oh, hell
see
yeah.
that being a thing.
Alec, thanks for being here, buddy. Thank you for putting the souls in the pot. Much appreciated. Sale, thank you for
What's up,
doing
everybody?
yours earlier. Thank you, Badgers, for contributing 2,000 souls. Oh my goodness, thank you very much. Oh hell yeah. I'm gonna use that the next time I get in an argument with my sister. Which one? I was on a rant there. Sorry, it sounded like you were going to say something. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah, no, no big. I was just talking about with the banner thing. You know, we can cobble something together. That'd be the first homebrew relic we put together.
It'd be pretty cool.
You want to do that right now?
Sure.
Okay. So let's look at the back banner, right? I'm scrolling to it so I can give you the page number. It's a PDF core book 172.
172. Okay, back banner.
No, I remember there is a fucking, I know there's a relic banner. There's, it's bothering me because I remember what it did. I just have to find it now. I'm sorry, this is really bugging me.
Oh, you're good. No worries. I've got the data slate downloaded. Now I post to Deathwatch. Crusade lore. I think we'll put this in log. There we go. I'm gonna be goofy about it too.
Okay.
I'm gonna go AO. I'm gonna go AO. New data slate just dropped.
Follow my SoundCloud.
Follow my SoundCloud.
Voxcloud.
Voxcloud, there we go.
Let's stay in the north.
Oh yeah. Oh, hydrate from Badgers, thank you. Oh, almost out of water.
I can do that.
Oh yeah. Good water, good water. Sweet. So that was one of the more important things that we needed to get done in this. Now we need to pivot back to the relic. Oop. Okay, did I just close out my drive tab? I think I did. Oh, nobody look. Ah, nobody look. I'm logging in. My drive is massive, bro. I got so much shit in here.
Yeah, mine's up to like 60 gigs or something crazy.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah.
I do not think mine is that big at this point. It is. I do not know. I don't see where it says. Oh, 6.75. So yeah, it's not even that big, honestly.
Yeah, it's still pretty good size.
You use OneDrive, so your shit's so large at this point. Yeah, I don't even put everything on my Google Drive. I put a lot of stuff on my Google Drive, but I don't even put everything on my Google Drive, honestly.
I pay for my Google Drive.
Same.
Yeah. Oh.
It came with my Google Offices, though, because that's what I have my website through.
Sick.
Yeah. So it's only like a portion of what it would be to get like a OneDrive or something set up. Okay, so Fortress World Karlak. I don't know how much information I want to put on this other than what we've already gone over. So let's just open a new Campaign. Kill Team last Bastion. Chapter standard. Or Kill Team standard? Kill Team standard. Kill Team standard. Cool, okay. So we got open to the back banner.
So we should record.
What's up?
Record at least what that does as the base. I'm gonna look for something else because I've got an idea, but go ahead and read it out so the chat knows what's up.
Yeah. Let me copy paste it so I can put it right here.
A good old copy pasta.
Copy pasta. A battle brother is asked to leave his home chapter allegiances and the majority of its heraldry behind when he joins the Deathwatch. However, that does not mean his squad is without honor, inspiration, or heroes, for devoting oneself to the grisly war against the alien is its own reward. Back banners fly on ornate poles wrought with the Deathwatch symbol and icons of Imperial faith, mounted on a backpack power unit or rising from between the shoulder blades. These elaborate banners often tower as tall again as the Battle Brothers' height itself, heralding the valor of the Emperor's avenging angels to brother and foe alike. When the kill team's leader spends a fate point to restore a point of cohesion, he restores 1 bonus point of lost cohesion if he is wearing a back banner. That's fucking cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty useful, but only if you're the. You should give it like a benefit outside of that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm good with that. So let's see here.
Oh shit! What if we bound up the mark of distinction into that?
I'm listening.
So what if whoever is carrying the banner has greater authority?
Ooh, I like that. Okay.
So it gives them that +10 to all fellowship, intelligence, and willpower tests when dealing with the position.
I like that, yeah. I like that a lot.
But
might leave out the privileged information part. Although that is the coolest part.
I don't know. If we cut the privileged information part, I think we should give it something combat-based as well.
Yeah, because the standard itself is a combat piece of war here. You know what I mean? Like, you probably aren't going to have the standard up if you are, I don't know, in a building wherein you cannot fit in with the standard, right?
I don't know. One of the things I was thinking about earlier when past that first data slate out was like, we need to make a show of force. We're kind of in like a Hearts and Minds campaign, but a little bit more aggro than that. And I was thinking like, how would I show up for that as a Space Marine? I'd show up in full kit, like guns, etc., because these are like, every in U.S. military service, every Marine is a rifleman.
Yeah.
So like your gun is part of your fucking uniform at that point. But the Space Marines in 40K take that to a whole nother level, right? Like their power armor is their uniform. Their gun is like their fucking
their
sacred,
tool.
Yeah, sacred weapon. Like you wouldn't ask anyone to go without their fucking like uniform shirt. It's like that's crazy.
Yeah, you kind of want me back around with that. I'm not gonna lie.
So I mean, a banner. I could see a Space Marine just being like, "No, this is my fucking banner."
Yeah, this is my kill team's banner. We are honored by the Inquisition.
Yeah, we're gonna carry this around, even to dinner.
Even to dinner. Especially to dinner. That's funny. Yeah, no, I like that. Okay, let's do that, and then we'll do something instead of the privileged information bit, because I feel like that would be like maybe an improvement that could be made to it after this mission, right? Okay, so we'll just kind of copy paste a little bit here. We're gonna do the Battle Brother Mad. We're gonna go from there. Oh, come on. Mouse, please quit. My mouse is so frustrating sometimes. Okay. So that, all the weird spacing. Okay. Bonus effect, and then instead of the privileged information, let's see.
It's got to be useful for everyone. It should probably be combat focused.
I think I want to look at let's see. It should be something focused around Xenos. Combat and Xenos. I could see just a flat +10 against Xenos for everyone that is within 30 meters of the banner. That's incredibly powerful.
Provided they're in squad mode?
Yes, that's a good compromise.
Okay.
That's a good compromise. Battle Brothers. Oh, 2 capitals, excuse me, James Workshop. In squad mode and within 30 meters of the kill team standard, receive a +10 to all weapons skill. Is it weapons or weapon? I think it's weapon. Weapon skill and ballistic skill rolls against Xenos. That's pretty good.
Sounds good.
I like that. That's pretty cool. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and... What should we call the kill team standard, do you think? Icon of Resolution or something?
It's not a bad idea. I like that name.
I was just trying to think of something that's like Bastion related, you know what I mean?
I like Icon. That's
Yeah, Icon's a good start. The icon of boots all caps. Icon of or something icon. You know what would be funny? If it had the Omega Vault symbol on it, which is the Ultima, and people would think it was the fucking Ultramarines.
Smurfs.
The fucking Smurfs.
Icon of Zeal. What do you think?
Icon of Zeal? Pretty close to Zealotry.
That's the point. So this is not a resistance this is not a defensive standard. +10 to weapon skill and ballistic skill. I don't feel like Resolution or Bastion really comes in here. I feel like this is like, okay, I'm fed up with your shit at this point.
Retribution.
Retribution. I like it.
Icon of Zeal just sounds like something that the Sisters of Battle would have. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it at all. It's just that you guys are Space Marines. I love the Sisters of Battle. They're badass.
I mean, everyone needs a gun none in their life.
True. Very true.
Bolter babes.
If we were going to say Zeal, I feel like we should just say the full word of Zealotry, because it just has a better cadence to it. I'm okay with Icon of Zealotry. The full word's cool. The Icon of Zealotry. Also, it really does satirize quite well. Because it has this badass kind of iconic name almost, but it's like Zealotry. It's about killing the enemies of man, which are folks that are different. which to be fair,
or not so much different, just inconvenient.
Yeah, I was gonna say, to be fair, a lot of the time those Xenos fucked over humanity first. They do kind of have the outlook that they do because of what has happened to them so many times, but it has blinded them to, you know, obviously this blinded them because like they saw the Tau and they were like, oh hey, let's fuck over those guys, and it's like they're just trying to hang out.
They're just vibing.
They're literally just vibing. What's wrong with you? Yeah. Okay, I like that. The Icon of Zealotry, very good. Let's open the Roll20, see if we can't pop that on in there somehow. I'm not familiar enough with Roll20 to really know how all of it works, but
me either, buddy. If it were Foundry, I'd be doing better, but it's not.
I feel that. Should I make it a handout, maybe?
I'd make it a handout. That's probably going to be your easiest route.
Yeah, we're going to do a handout. The Icon of Zealotry, and we're going to need to choose a file for it. So what we're going to do is pop back into Canva and make a copy of the data slate. Oop, wrong one. And rename it Relics. And now we have a format to pop our relics into. Thank you, Soul. Using the data slate again.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so kill team standard. The Icon of Zealotry. Let's see, we'll put this part here. Ah! Shit. Okay, so let's shrink this down a bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ooh, is that still readable? That's really small. We did it like this. It gives us a little bit more space. You can probably grab a one size increase. Okay. The effects. Now we write what the effects are. Nope. Copy and undo that part. Oh, cool. So we have that back. Bloop. Okay. What size is this? This is 17, this is 20, so if we just shrink this to the same size, then we will probably be able to fit everything on there. Probably.
You seem optimistic.
It's still kind of big. I might not be able to put as many spaces between things as I normally like to, but we'll see. Oh, maybe I can. Oops. I can. Wonderful. Yay. Can I edit this part? Yes. Relic. Relic. Should I put anything else where it says mission briefing? Probably just relic is fine. Relic. Because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fit anything else in there. Can I make this bigger without fucking it up? Nope, I cannot. That is the maximum it can be. Thank you for the hydrate, Andrew. Oh damn, I've been going for almost 2 hours.
Sure. Sorry I joined late, buddy.
Oh no, don't apologize at all. I'm really grateful that you're here, man. I appreciate it.
Just have to join in, kind of converse, banter.
Hell yeah, I'm enjoying it immensely.
Sending you a thing.
Cool. Cool. Ooh. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, where did I save that? Where the fuck did I just save that? That is in Fantasy Grounds. Why did I save that in Fantasy Grounds?
I don't know, buddy.
That's funny. Okay. So choose file. Can I do both? It's not accepting.
75% complete. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Okay, can I drop in this other one? No, I cannot do both. Okay, then I will... I guess just put that in the description and then put the standard that you sent me in there. Boop. Yeah. That's awesome. Looks really good. Good job.
Super easy, dude.
It looks good though. Okay, and then I grab all of this and I put here. Save changes. Hell yeah. Tantalus Karlak. Hell yeah. And show to. I hope that you guys can read that because I can't, but that's probably because it's in dark mode. Yep, that is because it's in dark mode. Cool. And then the guns. The guns. Where the guns at?
Page 172, Rights Battle.
The guns.
If I remember right.
No. That is vehicle rules.
Give me a moment.
Oh, good.
132.
132.
No? No, that's not it either.
Those are advances.
Would it have 135. Sorry.
No problem. 135.
Found him.
Okie dokie. So, these hash pattern bolter. Where is the sharp?
The sharp is going to be
Interesting stuff on here. Good grief.
Oh yeah, the weapons in Rights Battle are a little bit crazy.
Oh yeah.
The
Paraj.
graviton,
Go ahead.
the graviton cannon.
God damn. Jesus Christ. For damage,
Yeah,
it just says special.
It doesn't do any damage. It just pins people to shit.
It just reduces them to atoms. Oh,
No, it just pins them to shit. Graviton cannons that bad.
I thought a gravitron lane just ripped people apart. No, it's the atomizer cannon, I guess.
Yeah, that's the atomizer.
Just casual things that the Deathwatch has in their armory. Atomizer cannon.
Yep.
No big deal. Okay, so the hash patterns 2d10 plus 5, X. X being.
Explosive.
Right, I thought it was. Yeah, I forgot that that's. Yep. Explosive
So they put their
damage.
they put their damage code next to their damage, which meh.
Okay, so pen 5, 28 in a clip like normal, full reload, tearing, reliable, accurate, weight 15, position special.
Accurate is where it gets crazy.
So what's that do?
So most weapons don't have accurate. It's a fairly rare weapon tag. What it does is it increases the damage based on your degrees of success, and it also gives you a plus 10 to your skill. So it's plus 10 to your ballistic skill when used with an aim action, in addition to the bonus that aiming grants. And when firing a single shot from an accurate weapon, when using an aim, then it gains an extra d10 of damage for every 2 degrees of success, to a maximum of plus 2d10.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good.
Yeah, particularly because it's still tearing. So that's actually 3d10, keep the 2 highest.
That's how tearing works?
Tearing is an extra d10, you keep the highest.
Oh, shit.
The 2 highest. Discard the lowest, if you will. So if you peg someone with a single shot, you're going to be doing anywhere between 4 and 5d10, dropping the lowest. Plus 5 damage, 5 pen.
God
And
damn.
it's reliable. And it's reliable.
So it never jams. That's pretty good.
Well, jams very rarely.
It's mastercrafted, so it never jams.
Is it mastercrafted?
Mastercrafted never jams.
Yeah. Reliable just reduces your jam chance down to a 1 in 10 when it does jam.
Got it. Kind of weird that they put reliable on there too. They probably should have put like price sense or something on there, because
if you wanted to substitute it out for something, I would suggest it's not reliable. What is it? Hang on.
melee weapons.
No. There's another tag that was introduced. Is it in honor of the chapter? So many books.
So many books.
Is it in the errata? It might be in the errata.
Okay. 13,000 of 15,000 raised. 13,116 to be specific. Wonderful.
I'm
Wonderful,
okay with that.
everyone. We're almost there. I have a very distinct feeling that you guys are going to be getting that.
Proven is the one that they added. Proven is weapons with the proven quality have a minimum damage die result equal to the rating. Thus, a weapon with proven 3 has a minimum result of 3 for all the damage dice. These dice are not re-rolled, they just count as the rating.
Sugin has that on his pistol, on his flame pistol.
Does he?
Mm-hmm.
That's sick.
Yeah, because he, as a salamander, he gets to start with a proven weapon. He gets proven
nice.
2.
Very nice.
I'd be good with giving it proven 3 or proven 2, probably.
It can't roll ones. Come on, guys.
Yeah. Basically, just a little bit of a damage buff there. Yeah, I'm good.
Just options for you, bud.
I'm good with that. That sounds like a good idea. That wouldn't eat any of the requisition, technically. Let's see. Now, let's talk about if and when the souls get sent on in here, and we potentially get to give out some cooler toys. What would you? And you don't have to give me anything specific unless you have something specific in mind already. But what would you kind of like to see handed over to the Deathwatch for you guys to sort out who gets what?
I mean, I thought the standard was kind of the idea there, where we figure out like who's bearing the standard in time.
That's not going to take 140 requisition.
Oh. Well, the problem with that is relics have renown ratings, and all of them are outside of what we are capable of.
Oh yeah, I know that part. I'm okay with looking over that and it being something that builds with you guys as it goes.
What do you mean?
The more missions you guys take the campaign standard on and return with it on, and the more accolades that your team gets, the more buffs that you'll get. Maybe I'll homebrew something where you can like choose from a pool of buffs or something.
I think I'm confused. When you say the 140 requisition, and then you say what we'd like to have to like squabble over, you're talking about relics, right?
No, we already have the relic. I know that you guys are going to squabble over that. I'm saying like, if y'all get the additional 140 requisition from chat, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to pick some powerful gear, not relics, but powerful gear, and let you guys take that. And I'm going to count the relic that you are getting away from that, even though you guys don't have the renown for a relic yet. Because I think it's cool to have a relic that grows with you. That sounds fun.
Right. I don't know. I mean, there's not a lot that 140 can't buy. That's 140 each. That's a lot, man.
I do not know if it is 140 each. Is it 140 each? Shit. Is that is what we determined, isn't it?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, you're right. I forget that. Jesus Christ, that is so much. Jesus Christ,
like,
that is so much.
The big thing is like the renown is the bottleneck at that point.
True.
And
I'm probably going to ignore the renown. Not to extreme degrees, but like, you guys can't get like a special kind of plasma gun. Like, yeah, but it'd be more fun if you got like this like tier above the standard tier plasma gun. You know what I mean? Or like a multi-melta that's like,
I think the best way to replicate that is from the Rites of Battle Inquisition requisition.
Ooh.
The one that I mentioned to you before?
Yes. What page was that on again?
We can look at the discussion we had.
I'll just go to the table of contents. Probably be faster.
I don't know about that.
That's fair.
Alright, Deathwatch. Chat. Page up.
Okay, so then y'all will not be squabbling over this. I will literally be picking out some special gear for each person in that regard. That they're handing over. And then y'all can pick with your standard requisition what you want from the normal thing, just like with normal rules. Basically, I'm picking what bullshit I'm okay with tolerating in regards to giving out special stuff.
Fair. All right. So it's going to be on page PDF 221 of Rites of Battle.
Okay.
And 220, technically. Arcane Weaponry.
Ooh. Okay.
So, for those of you playing at home, arcane weaponry basically indicates that the Inquisition has access to a lot of weird shit. And this allows you to requisition that weird shit. It is an additional 15 rec, and you have to be respected, which we are. And that allows you to add or remove one weapon tag from a weapon or to a weapon. So, to give Derek an idea, imagine for a moment, right, that I am Helicoprion, right?
Right.
And we get the go-ahead to open the Omega Vault and play with all of the big boy toys, right? I'm probably going to go for a Storm Bolter, which is 20 rec respected. I'm probably going to go ahead and push it up to Exceptional, so I get the reduced jam chance, which pushes me to 35 rec. I'm probably going to go ahead and put a Fire Selector on it, which pushes it up to 40 rec. And then if I've got the Inquisitional go-ahead, what I'll do is I'll put the Arcane Weaponry on it for another 15. And depending on what we're talking about, like what we are looking at combat-wise, you know, what intel we can get, what we know about the Xenos in the area will change what I'm doing. But in that case, I could do a Storm Bolter, right?
We just got the community challenge.
Oh, sick.
Thank you, Jay. Love you,
Jay,
homie.
thank you. I'm getting all the shiny toys.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, imagine a volatile Storm Bolter, right?
Explosive rounds that are also conflagration rounds.
Well, volatile means if 10 is rolled for damage on a weapon with volatile, Righteous Fury occurs automatically. You don't roll to confirm.
Ah.
It just auto-confirms it, which isn't bad, right?
But when you're firing a Storm Bolter...
you're gonna get 10s.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could do something like a... so if I'm doing Storm Bolter, I might think about adding... where is it? Devastating to it, right?
Most effective against hordes.
Well, also against anyone that's in squad mode. It really breaks up their cohesion. So if we're dealing with like Tau, nope. Break your shit. But you could also do something like if you are running, say you're Daxan, right? And you've got a power sword. Well, he could throw Sanctified on it. Or he could throw Razor Sharp on it, which doubles its penetration.
Ooh. That is pretty good.
Yeah, that's some of the nasty stuff you can do with arcane weaponry. And I think that's the best way to handle Omega Vault opening without handing out relics. Just being like
super spec'd out gear.
Yep. You put one on it, you get one, because you can't double arcane weaponry, from what I can tell.
But you can put other mods on it.
Yeah, but you can only put arcane weaponry on it once. But I mean, you can do a lot with that. That is really, really good. Devastating, concussive, felling. You could add flame to it.
That is pretty fucking cool.
So like promethium enshrouded ammunition for a heavy bolter, dealing cones of flame out to the range of the weapon. Ridiculous, right?
That is so fucking sick.
You can also remove problems with a weapon. So, for example, chain axes you can remove unwieldy.
Ooh.
For things like the plasma weapons, you can remove recharge on
Or
the
overheat.
maximize, or overheat on the maximize.
Dylan, thank you for the resub, buddy. Thank you so
What's
much
up, Dylan?
for 4 months, dude. Much love, homie. We're talking about some super cool stuff. I'm sure you'll be very interested to hear this conversation, Dylan. Also, if you just saw, we just got the community challenge, so y'all are getting some extra special kitted out toys. Solo's helping me. You were saying?
So one thing I was thinking about for our melee guys is either like a razor sharp, which is dope. So on razor sharp, when rolling to attack with this weapon, if the attack roll results in 2 or more degrees of success, double the penetration. Really good, right?
Oh, yeah.
But you can also do things, and I'm thinking about this because we're talking about like Dylan, and we're talking about Tsugen and Mego, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the Blood Angel and you got the Salamander. Imagine if you added flame to their melee weapons, right?
Ooh, yeah.
So their weapons would catch people on fire. You could also add, for someone like Daxan, devastating would be really cool for a melee weapon. You don't see that.
That would be fucking sick. Oh, yeah,
Right?
that would be fucking sick.
Cut
Just
into a
good
horde
at,
higher.
yeah, good at cleaving through multiple people at once. That's cool.
You also could take like felling, which is interesting. Felling is sort of like armor piercing. So what it does, if I were to ever make a game, I would never make felling as a weapon tag because it is a huge pain in the ass. So when you use a felling weapon, you reduce your opponent's unnatural toughness by a number equal to your felling for that hit.
Okay, so you would cut not in half. Okay, so
Right.
you would reduce
Just
their
reduces it
unnatural
by-
toughness by how much?
Whatever the felling rating is. Normally it's like 1.
Okay, so if they have you're fighting the hive
The example they
tyrant,
give is a hive tyrant,
which
It has
has an unnatural toughness of 3, and you're
meaning
dealing.
it's got a 15. It's got a 15 armor basically.
Mm-hmm.
For you, it's only got a 10.
Right.
The reason I would never do that is that the math on that is ass. I would just add a flat bone penetration.
Yeah. I understand the mechanic, but it is a massive pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
They should have made a VTT that supports all of this. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. No, felling would be great on a weapon. I think that'd be cool for like our melee boss.
Oh yeah.
Proven would be another one. Toxic is also really good.
I think
But
it
that's
would be
another-
cool.
Mhm.
I think it would be cool to give you guys a primary weapon, like, to use on the mission, because obviously that would just be fucking bonkers awesome. And it would free you up to use your normal requisition, which again is 140 apiece, on other stuff, which would be fun. You wouldn't have to worry about what weapon you're getting, because you know that you'd be getting a fucking kitted out badass weapon that you normally couldn't even get.
Mm. So how would that work? Would you like assign us a weapon?
I would probably have you guys tell me what kind of weapon you wanted, and then like go off of that and like.
That
Either-
sounds like a lot of work on your side.
It does kind of sound like, now that I'm saying it out loud, it sounds like a huge amount of effort on my part. I might just let you guys fucking spend it on a primary weapon. Just restrict it to what you would be allowed to spend it on, and a primary weapon. And if you have any left over, probably like extra ammunition for that weapon, or special ammunition for that weapon, or a secondary maybe.
I'm gonna be real. 140 is a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and we're doubling that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't
it's
know that I can.
280.
I don't know that I can spend 280.
Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna do that. It sounds like y'all's problem.
Okay, fair enough. I honestly, at that point, what it comes down to is like the hanging requisition stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The during the mission reserve requisition is what's called. That sounds like what it would be.
Dylan says lots and lots of grenades.
I mean, so about grenades, I need a GM answer here because I can't find a good one. Dylan, if you know this already, Red, if you're in chat and you know this already, help your brother out. Or Alec. Hey, what's up, Alec?
Welcome back, Alec.
When I requisition grenades,
Mhm.
well, let's start this way. When I go out on a mission, I get 3 crack and 3 frag grenades base, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I requisition more grenades, do I get 1 grenade per rec that I pay, or do I get 3 grenades?
How many points is it?
I have reason to believe it's 1. The reason I believe it is 1 is because of things like the vortex grenade, which
It's
you sure
listed
as
in
shit
terms
are
of... Yeah.
you sure as shit are not getting 3 vortex grenades. Please get fucked.
No.
Immediately report to your nearest Inquisitor to get fucked.
It would be insane if there was even more than 1 vortex grenade in the same sector.
Yeah.
Unless there was a
if anyone has
mechanicum
it-
ship.
If anyone has them, it's the fucking Deathwatch.
Yeah.
Oh no, we are all out of vortex grenades. Really?
It's
though?
1 per
Really?
rec. Alex says he checked the rules earlier. He's been watching some
Cool.
rule vids on YouTube also. Thank you, homie. Much appreciated.
Like, if you can figure out where that's written down, I would love it. Not because I doubt you, but because just it's been bothering me and I can't find the reference.
I feel that. Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It sounds like it would just be 1, honestly.
It seems like it would. But that also kind of sucks, because, I mean, I want a bunch of grenades.
True. Very true. Grenades are fun.
Oh.
Let's see. 280 rec is a lot. You could deploy with a fucking tank with that much.
You can drop in with a Terminator at that point. If we had the renown for it, that's Terminator.
That's actually true. It's 100 points for Terminator armor, and you have to have at least 60 renown. That's
Yeah,
true.
but the only problem is the renown. But I mean, on the other hand, this is big shit.
It's true. God damn, giving you guys a suit of Terminator armor on the first mission would be fucking baller as hell.
I actually don't want Terminator armor.
You don't want to be slow?
Mm-mm.
That's fair.
No.
Yeah. I can get Artificer a whole renown rank earlier than anyone else. Jesus, that Tech Marine dough.
Yeah. Tech Marines are busted good.
Mega good.
Devastators are busted good too.
I'd love Terminator armor. I can still get Flyer through Wings of Sanguinius. What the fuck?
That is true.
Jesus, psychers.
And no jump pack for me in the Terminator armor, alas.
Unfortunately. Well, being a walking tank isn't good enough. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I don't know. 280 is a fucking lot. I mean, part of me says, like, because I'm giving you so much, I have to have some responsibility level in that and kind of help steer that, other than just go, yeah, here's an insane amount of extra shit. Letting you pick a gun and kit it out sounds like a reasonable thing to me.
I might have other options.
Okay, what's up? Because there would still be requisition left over from that.
Give me just a moment here. I'm looking up something.
No problem. Man, I am so stoked for this. This is going to be so much fun.
Same.
Alex says he's literally just going to get a cool gun and some cybernetics. Yeah. 280, Rick.
80.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
stunning amount.
Yeah.
Absolutely unheard of.
Yeah. Thanks, chat. 140 is absolutely obscene. When I read that this morning, I was like, what the fuck?
I don't think this is meant for like a starter adventure, because the renown limitation is really the kick in the dick there.
It's a long mission. I'll say that. I'll pull back the curtain that much to say this is a long mission.
Then in that case, like having the extra... If you wanted to pull the throttle a little bit and give yourself a little bit more leeway, you could say 140 up front and then another 140 in reserve rec.
To call down stuff from afar or what?
Reserve rec is neat.
So that's an actual thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
shit.
in Rights of Battle. It's in Rights of Battle. This is where we're getting things like the Inquisition bonus goodies, but it can do a lot of other stuff. For example, through your Imperial Navy assets, you can have close air support, or a high altitude bombing run, or orbital insertion and extraction, or orbital surveillance, or VoxNet. You can also commission and request Imperial Guard assets, like close artillery support, a heavy weapons company, armored transport, sappers, scouts, reserve companies, sanctioned psychers.
Ooh.
This is all around 218-ish in Rights of Battle.
I am reading the chart, and I like this a lot.
There are a bunch of charts.
I think what I will do is give you guys, like exactly how you just lined out, that additional 140 is reserve.
Sick.
Yeah. I think that is how we are going to run that. Because you are getting access to the Table 5.5, the Inquisitorial assets, that means that you also have access to anything and everything. That means that you can get something from any other Imperial chart. What I will say is anything that is not laid out, anything that is not on the Inquisitorial assets, if you are calling in something from another table, it will be probably time and a half.
Sounds good.
That sounds like a fair trade-off to me. Because it does say varies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, anything and everything. The Inquisition has far-reaching powers and the ability to requisition almost everything and anything it might need in the course of its work. In simple terms, this means that if the Inquisition needs it, they can take it, for as long as it is required or for as long as they choose to have it. This asset covers this vast plethora of things that the kill team could requisition given their ties to the Inquisition, but which are not covered elsewhere. Typically, this will be things that are requisitioned during the course of a mission using reserve requisition, such as a local company of enforcers, food and equipment for a group of survivors under the protection of the kill team, or the fire support of a ground defense battery against targets in low orbit. It is up to the GM to decide how much requisition is required for the kill team to gain or use the asset, though he should use other assets as a guideline. So that sounds like it's literally telling me to do what I just said I was going to do.
Right.
Hey, JJ, what up, girl? So nice to see you.
Hey, JJ. Thanks for dropping in.
Yeah, Alex, so we're going to do 140 regular and 140 reserve. Because it is what it is on this. I want to look at renown ratings for what you guys are at versus what the next stage is. You're at 20. What is the next stage?
40.
40. Okay.
And that is the difference between respected and, I want to say, honor.
Okay. So let's take a look at some of the things that are equivalent to that in the books, and we'll see where we want to draw the line for the Ordo Xenos' grace.
I think just keeping it at respected is going to cover us for pretty much everything, dude.
That's 25.
20, that's respected. Yeah, 40 is distinguished.
Okay.
If you look at Rights of Battle, most everything is either hash, respected, or distinguished. And the distinguished stuff is... it's okay.
Okay.
So... with Imperial assets, right?
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that distinguished cuts us off from is Lance, Naval Tactical Liaison, Torpedo Strike, and Void Rapid Relocation. Void Rapid Relocation we won't need unless we're planet hopping. Torpedo Strike is
Void.
intense. Is intense. So is Lance Strike. But I mean, if we're needing air support like that, we still have access to close air and high altitude bombing.
True.
If we go down to Imperial assets, right? Distinguished, we've got Commissar Cohort. I don't give a fuck about them. Imperial Guard armor support. Okay, that one I do actually care about.
That could be good.
Let's be real. Let's be real. Imperial armor is pretty dope.
Thanks for the hydrate.
Hey. Imperial super heavy armor support is the other one that we wouldn't have access to. But everything else we would. That's sanctioned psychers, reserve companies, scouts, sappers, armored transports, heavy weapons, close artillery support. I'm not upset about losing out on those things. I don't think anyone.
Okay.
Inquisition assets that we wouldn't be able to access would be inquisitorial involvement, which is difficult for me to say, which I don't really care about. We're already being involved. In the name of the God Emperor, which I don't think should be on the charts at all, personally. It's like a role-playing thing. You invoke inquisitional authority, and people just capitulate. I don't feel like that's renowned. And let's move that. Sequestered Temple Assassins. Fame? Sure, okay. We don't have access to like God mode assassins.
Hey,
fine.
Guess what? I'm lifting that for this mission.
Oh,
Sequestered Temple Assassin. You have a specific one that you were able to call in.
Okay. For the Adeptus Astartes, what we lack would be armor support, lore of the Librarium, Thunderhawk gunship. That's it.
No, it's not an Eversor, Alec. You couldn't feasibly have an Eversor on a... I mean, I guess you could, but it would be incredibly dangerous. You have to keep those guys, like, sedated to shit. It's a Calidus Assassin. Calexis Assassin? No, it's a Vindicare. It's the sniper. It's a Vindicare. You will be able to call it Vindicare in on this mission.
Yeah, looking at what we're limited from, it's not bad, actually. Like, once you get to respected, you pretty much have access to 80% of it, I would say. And the things you don't necessarily have access to, you're probably not going to be complaining about.
What the hell's a Thorn agent cell?
Throne.
Oh, Throne agent. Ha! 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 Moving on. Adeptus Astartes assets. That's pretty
The only thing we wouldn't have access to is armor support, lore of the Librarium, and Thunderhawk gunship. Everything else we got. That includes things like armored transports, assault strike force, tactical fire support, whirlwind barrage, sniper scouts, siege breakers. Provided they're actually in the area, you know.
Hmm. Um, according to records, I do not believe that there is any Adeptus Astartes that are present at this point in time in the sector, but I'd have to look again. That's just off the top of my head. I probably would not let you guys call on Adeptus Astartes assets on this one, just because.
Yeah, right.
They're
not there. They're not there.
Yeah. That, and it's like, you're the Adeptus Astartes here. Maybe in different missions when Adeptus Astartes have reason to be involved, but.
Look at me. I am the Adeptus Astartes.
Hell yeah. Some of these
there's a lot of
armors.
There's a lot of really good stuff in Rites of Battle for Reserve Rec. You can also use it for like ammo drops and shit too. So.
True. Yeah, I have a feeling that y'all might need those because, like I said, it is a long mission.
I'm about it. Is this going to be a two-parter? Are we going to be playing it over? I would suggest so, with Alex. Time limit and the length of time that we were in the last one. Combat runs pretty long.
Oh, I mean, as in it's going to be multiple sessions, not as in it's going to be one long session.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm aiming for 3 to 4 hour sessions. More towards the 3 than the 4 for Alex's sake and for my own, to be honest with you. I have work the next day pretty much
right.
all the time. So I'm going to be aiming for 3 to 4 hour sessions, but this mission is going to last, I am anticipating anywhere from like 6 to 10 sessions.
Yo, so this is the rest of the campaign.
Yeah, I mean, it might be the very first, like, the first year's worth of game. Yeah, it could be. So
okay, that changes a lot.
Yeah, that's why I was pretty keen on giving you guys cool guns.
Man, okay, that changes so much.
Yeah.
You have no idea the thing.
Yeah.
You just told me I had to pick my ammo for the rest of the year.
Yeah. You can call in ammo drops.
Yeah.
Also, yeah,
expensive.
A lot of requisition. Expensive. That's true. It is very expensive.
Oh man.
Yeah, have a good, nice, long think about it, Dylan, for sure.
Alec, I will not have leftover. I promise you I will not. Yeah, I'm going to be beating up our psychers for extra. You don't need your requisition. You got mind bullets.
Just smite them. That's all you do anyway.
Until your brain explodes, jackasses. Until
your asshole becomes a singularity with your mouth and then demons start spewing out.
God damn it. I'm just... That scene from the Astartes animation, dude.
Oh, fuck, it's so good.
Psyker's freaking out. Grab him by the head, throw him on the ground, shoot him. Okay, moving on.
God damn, it's so cool.
That it's absolutely some of the best stuff. And it's not just like cool because it's 40K. It's a great story though.
Yeah. And it's very accurate to the source material, which I really liked.
It reminds me a lot of like, I watch a lot of sci-fi shorts and like proof of concept and stuff like that. And like pitches.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me a lot of some of the better ones I've seen. But yeah, we're gonna be. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, but that's also why I was pretty keen on the idea of you guys getting a special gun. I was thinking of maybe letting you take something up to distinguished. I don't know.
Maybe on a case-by-case basis?
Yeah, pitch it to me individually, because it might be something that's just for whatever reason, like, silly and still distinguished, you know? But, I mean, I want to see the cool toys is the thing, right?
On television,
Ifk. Thanks, Red. Thank you for the biddies, man. Much love, much appreciated. Yeah, so I would want to see them on a case by case basis. I think that's a good idea. You're right. But I mean, like, just looking at some of them going into the armory. I think I went too far. I did go too far. Ranged weapons, like distinguished would be like a plasma cannon, which is fucking crazy, but like also it's pretty fucking baller if you bring a plasma cannon.
I gotta go read the data slates.
Yeah.
Also, you should probably drop this into chat and let people know and reference back to it. Do you want me to type that up for you while you're looking at things?
That would be awesome. Thank you.
Ooh.
Yeah. Like just looking at some of these in the core rulebook, I wouldn't mind you bringing them, right? Like a plasma cannon is incredibly powerful, but it's a single target fire, so it's not like you're going to be like just outshining everybody else because you brought a plasma cannon. Kind of same thing like if you bring a multi-melta or, you know, an assault cannon. Like it's going to be really good at the thing that it does, but that's kind of the way that Warhammer is constructed in such a way that there is balance by design. Some of the stuff in Rites of Battle is pretty fucking sick, though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the where is it? The barrage plasma gun.
Mm-hmm.
That thing is fucking crazy. And it's only 28, but it is distinguished. It deals 1d10 plus 7 with 8 pen.
Yeah.
That's really good at single target. But a bolter deals, you know, 2d10 plus like 5 or some shit. Now a barrage plasma gun can be fired in semi-automatic mode. And like rate of fire 3 or 5, which is pretty fucking powerful, but still that's like 1d10 plus 7 each. Again, high pen, but I mean, that's like the kind of things that I look at. Like, another good. Let's look at some of the melee weapons for another example. A power spear. Technically, you have to be distinguished to get that, even though it's only requisition rank 15. But if somebody wanted to use a power spear, that'd be fucking cool, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I don't know. There's just a lot of really cool toys that if people want to be able to play with, I want them to be able to play with. I know Alec has like all these cybernetics and stuff that he wants, which I would probably not feel compelled too much to tell him no if he has the qualifications for it, and then I might let him take like one more than that, you know what I mean? Like, I know he really wants that fucking servo harness, but I also know that the servo harness is like incredibly powerful, and it does really good. It does a lot of different things too, which is why I'm kind of like, maybe we'll wait until the first mission, which again, like 6 to 10 sessions. And then, you know, he'll feel like, I earned this. This is my servo harness. I earned this. Instead of
I'm just imagining Boost being like, come with me if you want to clank.
Oh yeah. I can absolutely see him doing that. Special armor for my short king. That's cool. If I can take up to distinguished, I want artificer armor, and I think it makes sense because of my character history, and Derek knows what's up. Okay, or if you wanted artificer armor instead of a weapon, yeah. I know artificer armor is fucking baller, but yeah, it's you're giving up the capacity to do a lot of damage for a lot of protection, and that makes sense to me, Alec. I would probably be fine with that, to be honest with you. And honestly, it makes a lot of sense from the story perspective as well. So yeah, I'm in. I'm about it. You can wait on the harness. Bussy wants that armor. Yeah, Bussy can have his armor. Can you dual wield a power sword and a force sword? I can't see anywhere that you can't, but I feel like I'm missing something.
You can, but dual wielding has its... If you want to use them both at the same time, you have to take twin weapon fighting, I think it is. Mm-hmm. But if because you are a power marine, you are ambidextrous. If you want to use one in your right hand, one in your left hand, and alternate, there's no penalty for that. If you want to use them both at the same time in a combat round, it get clunky.
Wow. You'd think ambidextrous would just kind of cover that, but I guess it makes sense because they say that, like, even like in real life, like literally nobody can truly fight with two weapons the way they make it out to be, like in the movies.
No, not really.
Which I guess makes sense. What the fuck is a monoball grenade?
That is monowire packed into a little sphere that you throw at people and then laugh horrifically because you're a fucked up little Eldar twink.
Oh, Helsing moment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nice. Nice.
Night, Alec.
Night, Alec. Thank you for being here, buddy. Much love, much appreciated. You think with how much they do to an Astartes braid, it would be covered? True. Very true. You can go weeks without sleep, but dual wielding? Nah. Yeah, that's a really good point. You don't really see any Astartes ever dual wielding, do you? I can't even think of the last one that I saw dual wielding.
I mean, there's an argument to be made for Tyberos.
Those are fist weapons, though. He's basically just punching.
Still counts. As a guy that fights a lot of weird ambidextrous bullshit, all that stuff is applicable with weapons too, so...
That's fair. So he's like the exception. I guess lightning claws, but I mean, you're literally just like using natural weapons at that point.
I'm really I'm really tempted for lightning claw. Like,
God, they're so cool.
But it screws you on melee, dude.
It screws you in melee?
Sorry, ranged.
Oh, okay. I was like, what? Yeah, no, you can't use ranged at all.
No, not with that hand.
Yeah, that would be an issue. That's why you get a suit of Terminator armor, you get a lightning claw on one, and then you get a storm bolter in the other, and then you're set. Because with the Terminator, you could absolutely do that, and it wouldn't be a problem.
Well, you can... storm bolters are basic. You can use them one-handed as a space marine. You can do a lightning claw in one hand and a storm bolter in the other, just as a basic space marine.
Oh shit, I thought you'd have to be in Terminator for that.
Nope.
I always feel like a storm bolter should be bigger.
Right? But it's not.
It's an automatic bolter. It's crazy.
The bolter's full auto anyways.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like two...
Extra.
Yeah, it's like two of them.
But it's not twin-linked. You could do twin-linked storm bolter. Which is horrifying.
How would that even... Would it just be like 4 barrels?
Yeah, yes, it would be. For no good goddamn reason. Now, keep in mind, I'm only talking about the RPG, about tabletop war game.
Fafnir Ron dual wields in Horus Heresy. He dual wields power axes. That's true. Oh yeah, Karn the Betrayer dual wields power axes. Forgot about that. Yeah, I guess it would make sense for the melee boy to wield them as well. Yeah, I forgot about that.
So if anyone is curious about how two weapons works, it requires you to have a ballistic skill or weapons 30, depending on what you're using, and then an agility of 35. Quote, years of training allow the character to use a weapon in each hand. When armed with two weapons of the same type, the character may spend a full action to attack with both. Both tests need to be made with a -20 penalty. The character must possess two-weapon wielder melee and two-weapon wielder ballistic if he wishes to use a gun and hand weapon with this talent. So all that does is just throttles the action economy.
Okay, I get it. It's convoluted, but I get it.
Normally, if you are wielding a weapon offhand, but all Space Marines are ambidextrous, so they that -20.
Right. Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. What else do we need to cover for the stream before? What else did I want to cover? I was thinking of some things while I was in the gym earlier, but I just completely forgot about them, and it's way too late to bring those up now.
Um, if I were in your shoes, I'd probably want to figure out if the adventure doesn't already have it. Um, hordes, like get their stats down on a cheat sheet. Any big NPCs or non-horde kind of elite units, I'd want to get those down. Have a quick reference for them. Make sure that they're all set up in Foundry or Forge or whatever VTT you're using. I would want to think a little bit about the what's it called? When you first drop into a mission, there's complications.
Right. Yeah.
I'd want to think about that. Maybe roll it ahead of time so that I would know, and that way I wouldn't have to wing.
True. Very good points.
Because there's a lot of randomness in games, and part of the fun is like surprising the players with it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the time we roll player blind so that they can't see the roll. So why not just get that out of the way ahead of time? I normally roll initiative for my games like the day before, and then I just go down a chart. Saves time.
Yeah, I used to do that for important fights.
The more you can cut out the dice rolls and get to the actual if you want, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I used to do that for important fights. The only reason I really stopped is because in Fantasy Grounds, whenever I add them to the combat tracker, it automatically rolls their initiative for me. I'm so spoiled.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, but that's definitely a good idea. I should certainly do that. The cheat sheets and stuff I'm going to be living on. I have a distinct feeling, and I'll probably want to make those like within the couple of days of playing, if not the day of, so I know and anticipate what I will be having in my back pocket, and if for whatever reason y'all just go off in a completely different direction than I was anticipating, then I'll just probably have to roll with it. But making cheat sheets for everything, I have seen how much information is in the book for this adventure, and it is a lot. So it's
a little chunky.
Yeah, it's a lot. So it's probably going to be best for me to take it like week or rather month at a time, but session by session. Because also I don't want to railroad you guys. It is a big mission, but it is very clear, and it's something that I like about the Fantasy Flight games that they wrote in there. It is very clear that it needs to be up to you guys to take it, where to go and stuff. So like you know me, you know that's how I like to DM anyway. I'm not going to stop that now. I railroad usually at the beginning just so we're all on the same page. We know the themes and the tones and all that stuff, but I like opening it up, and I like you guys just doing what y'all want to do, you know?
Right. I don't know then, man. I think that'd be it for me if I were running it.
Yeah, I think so. I got the
maybe work on some maps, something.
True. I have considered doing some maps for it. The ones that they put in the books leave a lot to be desired, and I think it could stand to have some mappage in there.
Even something as simple as like a really easy incarnate, like just broken terrain, maybe a couple of walls and stuff, just so that we can drop tokens on it and be like, okay, where is this Tyranid swarm? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I get a feel for it that way. Because Theater of the Mind, in my experience, Theater of the Mind works really well for melee. It doesn't work really great for like tactical ranged combat. That gets very wargamey and kind of important. Most encounters are probably going to be within everyone's short range monsters, but moving, supporting, and then the squad rules get really finicky on short ranges.
You know what might be beneficial to do is make a range, like for squad mode, like on a map, put like a center point where the squad mode is activated, like who the leader is and who is holding the cohesion, and then have like ring markers out so we can like determine how far out enemies would be from the squad when they're like moving in, or how far out a squad mate might be from cohesion.
So about that, all you need to be is within your squad mode rank range of another Marine in your kill team.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to be in squad mode. You just have to be near them.
Okay.
It's not like one person holds it and everyone is within range. It's you can only use squad mode stuff if you're within range of another, even if they aren't in squad mode, which is weird, but okay.
That is weird, but I think I get it. It still might be useful to have a range for enemies moving in like horde battles versus squad mode. I would probably want to do it in hexes.
I mean, having a map of some sort is never going to hurt.
Yeah.
So maybe identify your first like big set scene battles and jot those down, figure out what you want to do with those.
True.
Maybe even just have like I said, just some generic maps that you can just drop people on and be like, okay, this is your average Hive World street fight. Go to town. And maybe just doing one map that represents the average battle terrain of where we're going to be.
Yeah, the battle terrain is probably what I'm going to be limited to until Incarnate releases their sci-fi assets. I can get pretty creative and get pretty good with some stuff, but making sure that it's still in theme is going to be...
Well, I'm just saying, like, envision we're on, like, a broken, like, jungle world, right? Mm-hmm. Not naming names. Just some jungle death world, you know? Just throwing together a jungle map that doesn't have anything really specific, like no temples, no major features. Just kind of to set okay, I'm going to throw the map up. Here's where you are. Here's where the enemies are. Let's go.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
Okay, cool. Because some people do really well with visuals.
Yeah. And it is a very tactical game, so it will be relevant. Sure. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good idea. I will do that before our session on Wednesday. I need to figure out specifically what is most likely to occur, but also there's no plan told up to the player, so I just should have something in the wings in case I need it, basically, is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
So I know it's supposed to happen at the onset of the mission, but I don't know what you guys are going to do about it. So
right.
I'm excited, though. I can't wait.
I'm excited, too, especially with 140 rec. Holy shit.
Yeah. It's going to be pretty fucking sick. Pretty fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I think this is probably an ideal point for us to end the stream. We've been going about 3 hours. Dylan, you're excited too? Hell yeah. Right.
Hell yeah, Dylan. I'm excited to be back in game with you, buddy.
Oh, hell yeah, man. I'm excited for running for you again, man. Saints and Sinners were so much fun. I can't wait to see what we do in 40K.
Right?
Well, anything you want to shout out? Anywhere you want people to look for?
Just thank you again for inviting me. Glad I could hang out with you for a couple hours and just chill. You can find me everywhere as Souls Rolls. It's Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube now. I've got my custom YouTube moniker. I think Derek got his today as well.
Yeah.
So we are buddies in that regard.
Yeah.
You can find me on DMDM Studio Fridays for Friday Night Zombies, a Legend of the Dark hack that I run on Derek's channel. You can find me on Wednesdays, about once a month, second Wednesdays of the month, playing Warhammer 40k Deathwatch with Derek. I'm not on Thursdays with Derek, but I am on Thursdays with -2 Charisma, running Scum and Villainy. And I think as of right now, that's all the games. Nope, Sunday, Heart of an Empire.
Yeah.
Lost Haven Art. Andy is running Legend of 5 Rings. That is at Sundays, 2 p.m. Central, if I remember right.
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Soul. Thank you so much for being here, man. Much love, much appreciation. Thank you for coming on, dude. I really, it means a lot. After the day I had, it means a lot, man.
Hey, just glad to hang out, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Well, good night, everybody. You know where you can find me. Tomorrow, I am probably going to be spending with my wife because I've been kind of playing video games the last few evenings instead of hanging out with her. So I need to go hang out with her tomorrow. Friday night zombies, just like Soul was saying. Saturday we have Blood War. I think we have Blood War. Paul might be moving. I don't know if he's done moving yet or not. So stand by for Blood War. And Puppet Syndicate at 6:30. Part of an Empire Sunday, and you can catch us live with the first episode of Kill Team Last Bastion right here next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Night, everybody.